a word that for millions of believers around the world evokes mystery, light, and conversion, but also fear, silence, and prophecy. Since that distant June 24, 1981, when 6 young people claimed to have seen the Virgin Mary on a hill in Bosnia-Herzegovina, the spiritual world has been shaken by an unbroken flow of messages. The Madonna presented herself as the Queen of Peace and spoke every day tirelessly with one goal: to call humanity to conversion. But behind the sweet and maternal words, behind the invitations to prayer and fasting, lies a much more dramatic underlying thread. It is a red thread that runs through every decade, every apparition, every message. A warning, a wake-up call that many too often prefer to ignore. Because the Queen of Peace did not come just to console, but to prepare. She did not descend from heaven merely to embrace, but to warn. Medjugorje is a prophetic cry launched to humanity, an urgent message addressed to a world that has forgotten God, rejected divine law, turned sin into habit, and truth into lies. And as in every biblical era, before justice arrives, God sends a messenger. Here, he sent his own mother. The visionaries received 10 secrets, 10 heavenly revelations regarding the future of the world and the church. Some of these events will be positive, visible signs of God's love, but others will be terrible. The visionaries speak of warnings, signs that will shake consciences, but also of punishments, real acts of purification that will descend upon all humanity. This is not a fairy tale nor superstition. It is a dramatic and lucid call. Either humanity converts, or it will face the consequences of its refusal. The Madonna never stops repeating it. This is a time of grace. But grace will not last forever, and when it ends, what has not been embraced with love will be imposed with pain. Medjugorje, therefore, is much more than a pilgrimage site. It is a spiritual battleground. It is the threshold between mercy and justice. And whoever has ears to hear, let them hear. Because time is running out, and the punishment may be closer than we think. The 10 secrets of Medjugorje are the silent, hidden, but pulsating heart of the apparitions. We do not know all the details. The visionaries, in fact, have been instructed not to reveal them before the appointed time. But what has been allowed to be known is enough to make those who listen with a sincere heart tremble. For these secrets are not symbolic, they are not allegories. They are real, concrete events that will happen in time and space, and they will forever change the face of humanity. 3 of these secrets concern the entire world. One of them will be a visible, permanent, scientifically inexplicable sign that will appear on the apparition hill. It will be a definitive invitation to conversion, but it will only happen after humanity has received a great warning, a call to conscience that each person will experience personally in their innermost being, uniquely yet universally. It will be as if God himself stops time and shows each person their soul as it truly is. It will be a moment of absolute truth. But if humanity does not respond to this call, if it continues down the path of pride, indifference, and sin, then the time for punishment will come. A time that will not be merely symbolic, but full of dramatic events. Some related to nature, others to society, yet others to the church itself, which will suffer persecution, schisms, and radical purification. Mirjana, one of the 6 visionaries, has been tasked with revealing the secrets 3 days before their fulfillment, with the help of a priest chosen in advance. This means that there will be no room for improvisation. Each person will be called to choose, either with God or against God. But beware, the Madonna never speaks to sow fear. She speaks to awaken, to shake a sleeping humanity. She is a mother who cries, not a judge who condemns. She cries because she knows what awaits us if we do not change our ways. She cries because she loves us, and only those who love deeply can warn with strength. The secrets are not a legend, they are a promise that can no longer be ignored. And today more than ever, the signs are multiplying, the prophecies are drawing closer, and the times are tightening. We still have time to change, but not for long. Many believe that the secrets of Medjugorje are distant events, shrouded in mystery, to be left to the visionaries and the church. But those who truly listen to the words of the Madonna know that the signs of the times are already before our eyes. And it is not just about wars, natural disasters, or social crises. The real drama is spiritual. It is the heart of man that is collapsing. The Queen of Peace has been repeating it for over 40 years. The world is in a deep crisis because it has turned away from God. Families are crumbling, the young are lost, nations are hating each other. Faith is fading. Sin is no longer called sin, but a right. And evil is no longer recognized as evil, but embraced with pride. This is the greatest sign of the era we are living in, and the Madonna says it clearly. Humanity is self-destructing, and if it does not return to its creator, it will experience pain like never before. Those who listen superficially to the apparitions of Medjugorje forget that Mary has already warned us many times. She has said that Satan is loosed from his chains. She has said that he is dragging souls toward hatred, war, and confusion. She has spoken of a decisive battle between good and evil, and she has implored us with strong words to convert, because this time is a last chance. Every day that passes without prayer, without fasting, without repentance, brings us closer to the point of no return. And yet many continue to live as if nothing will happen, as if heaven were not sending a desperate call, as if the words of the Virgin were only popular devotion. But it is not so. It is much more. It is a living prophecy. It is an invitation to salvation. It is preparation. The Virgin Mary offers us a concrete plan: daily prayer, the rosary, monthly confession, frequent communion, fasting, and above all, total abandonment to God. This is not fanaticism, it is spiritual survival. It is the only way to navigate through what is to come without losing ourselves. The signs speak to us. The world is in turmoil, hearts are growing cold, but grace is still present. Only it will not last forever. And when it is taken away, everything that has been foretold will come to pass. Medjugorje is not a fairy tale. It is the echo of heaven, and heaven is calling us. The prophecies of Medjugorje are not only about the world, they are also about the Church. And the Queen of Peace does not hide this. She has spoken several times of difficult times for Christians, of persecutions, scandals, and internal crises. She has said that Satan wants to destroy the Church, and that he is even entering within its walls, sowing confusion, division, and lukewarmness. The Virgin Mary weeps because she knows what awaits the body of Christ, a great purification. This is not the first time in history that God's people must pass through the fire, but this time will be different. It will be deeper, more radical. The very foundations of the faith will be shaken. Believers will be tested. They will be called to choose clearly, either with Christ or with the world. There will be no room for compromise. Mary has said it clearly. Many will abandon the faith. Others will be persecuted for it. There will be days when the truth will be trampled, justice twisted, and the Church will seem defeated. But at that very moment, the Church of the small, the pure, the true faithful will be born. A poor but radiant Church, hidden but powerful. It is this Church that will withstand the storm. The Virgin Mary is preparing us for this time, not with fear but with the strength of faith. She asks us to be light in the darkness, witnesses in trial, silent but strong, able to carry the cross with dignity. She invites us to remain firm in prayer, faithful to Mass, close to the truth. When everything shakes, it will be the faith lived in everyday life that makes the difference. Medjugorje is a school of spiritual resistance. Every message is a lesson in survival for the times ahead. The Virgin Mary will not abandon us. She will be with us. But we must choose which side to stand on now, before time is up. The Church will be purified, but not destroyed. It will pass through the night, but it will see the dawn. And those who have kept the faith, even trembling, even in pain, will be like living lamps burning in the dark. This is the time to prepare, not with fear, but with determination, because the Lord will separate what is lukewarm from what is fervent, and only those who are steadfast in the truth will stand. The Madonna of Medjugorje warns us that if humanity does not convert, if it does not respond to her call for peace, prayer, and love, a time of purification will come, a punishment that will mark the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. This punishment is not a revengeful punishment, as it might seem. It is not an act of divine rancor. It is an act of justice, but also of mercy. It is the great awakening that humanity needs to face, to return to the right path. The Virgin Mary has repeated many times, God does not want the death of the sinner, but that they convert and live. Yet when man refuses to listen, to change, when he prefers to walk in sin rather than in the light, There is no other way but purification. Just as a father can correct his son for his own good, God will allow suffering to come, but with one purpose: to purify our soul, to purify the earth, and to purify the church. In Medjugorje, the Virgin Mary spoke of a warning that will precede the punishment, an extraordinary universal sign that will touch every man and every woman on the face of the earth. It will be a spiritual experience, a personal encounter with the truth of God that cannot be ignored. It will be a moment of revelation. Everyone will see their life before them with all the truth. This warning, which some call a purified conscience, will be the first opportunity for salvation for those who still have the chance to convert. But if there is no response, then the punishment will come. The Virgin Mary said that this punishment could manifest through natural events, global conflicts, and perhaps even large-scale catastrophes. The world will be brought to its knees, not only in body, but especially in spirit. Men will have to make a decisive choice, to accept the grace that God offers or remain in their hardened hearts. However, through all this, we must not lose hope. Purification is not the end, but the beginning of something new. The Virgin Mary assures us that after the punishment, there will be a new period of peace. True peace, the one that only God can give, will reign on earth. It will be a time of true brotherhood, true communion with God. And those who have resisted in faith, who have lived for Christ, will see the resurrection of the world. The punishment, therefore, is not the end of the story, but an inevitable passage to reach the full realization of the divine plan. It is the just tribute for misused freedom, but also the great opportunity for renewal for those who open themselves to divine mercy.